Good evening, my fellow infected psychopaths. Today, I'll be injecting you with the insanity that is my voice. Let's get started. So after days and nights spent working on this gun, my fellow infected psychopaths, I have come to conclusion that this gun doesn't work. Let me explain. So how the shotgun was supposed to work, keyword supposed to, was by using an internal magazine to load the shells into the shooting mechanism. The internal magazine was supposed to push the shells to the trigger mechanism. Once the gun is fired, a lever-like mechanism will actually push the spent shell out. That way a new one can be chambered. This was how it was supposed to work, but I went to some kinks in the mechanism. The force of the rubber band, which is responsible for pushing the shells along from the magazine into the trigger mechanism, will actually move so quickly that the shells will either misfire or it will actually eject the shells before I even shot or inject it manually. These issues made the gun so frustrating to use. Beyond frustrating, actually. I do believe I can still salvage the gun. Rather than using a rubber band, maybe use a motor to push the shells from the internal magazine into the trigger mechanism. Something to consider afterwards. I'll definitely have to mull over the idea and work out all the flaws and details, of course. Hopefully you see a video of the finished product soon. With that said, this project wasn't a complete loss. I managed to actually make a really useful shotgun shell mechanism. Let's go over how it works, my fellow infected psychopaths. The shells are similar in way to another shotgun I made. Make sure to check it out, of course, link in description, of course. The shells are more superior due to the elastic strings they use to fire the projectiles. Unlike my previous shells that use a spring to fire the projectiles, the new one uses an elastic string cord. This makes the projectile increase in distance when fired. The shotgun shells has the same mechanism as my Stinger guns. Make sure to check it out, by the way. The elastic get caught on the projectile. When the trigger is pulled, it releases the projectile, firing the gun. The trigger will block the projectile when loaded, so the projectile won't be able to fire until a certain part of the shell is moved down, releasing the projectile, which will fire the gun. While the shotgun mechanism was a huge flop, I can actually still salvage the shells. I mean, just think of the possibilities. I can make a belt-fed shotgun, maybe even something similar to the Metro belt-fed shotgun. I think what's called the Shambler. Or better yet, even make a shotgun attachment for my machine guns, like my favorite assault rifles, or the SMG that I do fondly love. And it'll get me something new to shoot Steve with. And that's all the time we have today for this class of Arsenal. Again, sorry that I don't have a gun to showcase, but I figure I might as well show you fellow infected psychopaths something rather than nothing. Make sure to like and subscribe. Also hit or shoot the notification bell. Also be sure to check out my social media pages. Links in the description, of course. Until next time, see you later, you psychopaths.
Scream!